Let me actually run my project and see what happens. So as you can see here, it outputs this value to the console. This is the value of the can buy car variable, false. So as you can see, this is the value of my can buy car variable, okay, false. So as you can see here, I assigned the value false to my can buy car variable here, okay? And in line 24, I decided to output the value of this variable to the console, as you can see here, okay? So now I want to actually combine expressions together. So let's see how we can do that. In the previous example, we just created one expression and we assigned the value of this expression to our Boolean variable here, okay? But now I want to actually combine 2 or 3 or 4 expressions together and then assign the value of those expressions to my variable. So let's see how we can do that. You can actually combine unlimited expressions together, okay? So now as you can see, I want to assign another value to my can buy car variable that I created in line 23. Can buy car, okay? And now I want to combine expressions together and then assign the value of those expressions to my can buy car variable, okay? So now I just need to put parentheses here, and then inside the parentheses, I want to create an expression. For example, the value of my money variable is greater than 500, okay? So, and now I want to actually create another expression. How I can do that? I cannot actually put another parenthesis here and then put another expression inside the parenthesis. For example, money is less than 50, okay? And put a semicolon at the end of my statement. So as you can see here, it's now showing us an error, okay? It cannot handle this value for us. So how we can actually deal with this problem, okay? We cannot actually put these two expressions together here and then assign the value of these two expressions to my variable. So the solution is to use logical operators, okay? This is very important in programming, that you should know how to use these logical operators in your programs. Okay, so now I want to actually use the AND operator. So in order to actually use the AND operator and combine two expressions together, I just need to put 2 ampersand symbols between my expressions, okay? So as you can see here, I put 2 ampersand symbols between my expressions, okay? So what's the meaning of these 2 ampersand symbols? Here, I am telling the computer that the value of this money variable must be greater than 500 in order to evaluate this expression to true, okay? So as you can see here, the value of my money variable is 100, okay? And it is not greater than 500, okay? So it is less than 500. 100 is less than 500, okay? So the value of this expression evaluates to false. So let me actually create a comment here, false. Okay? And here, as you can see, in this expression, I am telling the computer that the value of the money variable must be less than 50. Here, it doesn't make any sense. So let me actually change this value to 1000, for example. And here I am telling the computer that the value of the money variable must be less than 1000, okay? So as you can see here, the value of my money variable is 100 and it is less than 1000. So the value of this expression evaluates to true. Okay? So now let me actually output the value of this variable to the console and let's see what happens. So just type in here system.out.println and then inside the parentheses, I just need to refer to the name of my variable can buy car, okay? And then at the end of my statement, I need to put in a semicolon, okay? So if I actually run my project, as you can see, the value of my can buy car variable is false here, okay? So now let me actually comment out these lines of code here because I don't want to execute them. So if I run my project again, so as you can see, it outputs the value of my can buy car variable to the console, false. So let's see what's going on here. As you can see, the value of this expression evaluates to false, okay? And the value of this expression evaluates to true, okay? But because we are using the AND operator here, the value of these two expressions must evaluate to true in order to evaluate the value of the entire expression to true, okay? The value of this expression is false here, and the value of this expression is true. The value of the entire expression evaluates to false, and that false value will be assigned to our can buy car variable, okay? But so now as you can see, the value of our can buy car variable is false, okay? If I want to, for example, change the value of my money variable to 600, and if I run my project, as you can see, the value of my entire expression evaluates to true. So now this expression evaluates to true, okay? The value of my entire expression evaluates to true, and this value is now outputted to the console, okay? So let me actually explain to you what's going on here. Here, this expression evaluates to true because the value of the money variable is greater than 500. And as you can see, I am using the AND logical operator here, okay? And the value of my money variable is less than 1000, okay? As you can see, the value of my money variable is 600 and it is less than 1000. So the value of the entire expression evaluates to true, okay? So as you can see in the console, the value of my entire expression evaluates to true, okay? But if I change the value of my money variable to 400, okay, the value of this expression evaluates to false again, okay? Why? Because the value of the money variable is less than 500, okay? Here I am telling the computer that the value of the money variable must be greater than 500 in order to actually evaluate the value of this expression to true. But because the value of the money variable is less than 500, as you can see here, the value of this expression evaluates to false, okay? And because I am using the AND logical operator here, the value of these two expressions must evaluate to true in order to actually evaluate the entire expression to true. So as you can see in the console, the value of my can buy car variable is false, okay? And if I, for example, want to actually put another expression here, I just need to put in 2 ampersands, and here I can actually put my statement inside the parentheses. Money, for example, less than 900, okay? And here I am telling the computer that the value of the money variable must be less than 900, okay? In order to actually evaluate the value of this expression to true, okay? So now if I run my project, as you can see, it is false. The value of this expression is true because the value of the money variable is 400 and it is less than 900, okay? So this expression evaluates to true, but this expression evaluates to false because we are using AND logical operators here and here. The value of these three expressions must be true in order to actually evaluate the entire expression to true, okay? So as you can see, if I actually change the value of this variable to, for example, 700, and if I run my project again, the value of my can buy car variable evaluates to true, okay? Because the entire expression now evaluates to true. This expression evaluates to true. This expression evaluates to true, as you can see here, and this expression evaluates to true, okay? So now let me actually show you another example about using the OR operator, okay? So let me actually comment out these lines of code here, okay?